Once in your life you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake up and it's still with you, even though you left her way across town. Wondering to yourself, hey, what have I found? When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love. Arthur, he does as he pleases, all of his life his master's toys, and deep in his heart he's just a boy, living his life one day at a time. He's showing himself a pretty good time. He's laughing about the way they want him to be. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love.
Stick the pony in me pocket, I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. 'Cause if you want the best guns but you don't ask questions, then brother, I'm your man. 'Cause where it all comes from is a mystery. It's like the changing of the seasons and the tides of the sea. But he's the one who's driving me berserk. Why do only fools and noses work? La 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 la.
together to witness the marriage of Adam and Christina. Adam and Christina are now to enter this way of life. They will each give their consent to the other and make solemn vows, and in token of this they will each give and receive a ring. Adam, will you take Christina to be your wife? Will you love her, comfort her, honour and protect her, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Christina, will you take Adam to be your husband? Will you love him, comfort him, honour and protect him, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live? So will you, the family and friends of Adam and Christina, support and uphold them in their marriage now and in the years to come? So who presents this woman in marriage?
I do.
I, Adam, take you, Christina,
Take you, Christina,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death us do part,
till death us do part,
according to God's holy law,
according to God's holy law,
in the presence of God,
in the presence of God,
I make this vow.
I make this vow.
I, Christina, take you, Adam, to be my husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death us do part, according to God's holy law, in the presence of God, I make this vow. Christina, I give you this ring
Christina, I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage.
as a sign of our marriage.
With my body, I honour you.
With my body, I honour you.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I am, I give to you.
And all that I have, I share with you.
And all that I have, I share with you.
Within the love of God,
Within the love of God,
Father, Son and Holy Spirit.
Father, Son and Holy Spirit.
Adam, I give you this ring as a sign of our marriage. With my body, I honour you. All that I am, I give to you. And all that I have, I share with you. Within the love of God, Father, Son and Holy Spirit. In the presence of God and before this congregation, Adam and Christina have given their consent and made their marriage vows to each other. They have declared their marriage by the joining of hands and by the giving and receiving of rings. I therefore proclaim that they are husband and wife. Let there be rapturous applause and you can kiss the bride.
Chrissy always knew what she liked and what she didn't. She was always very independent. And even before she was 2, Nanny said once, when she and Grandad were taking her out, she asked, shall I help you to put your shoes on, or will you do it yourself? Chrissy said, I'll do it yourself. Now she's married, and she did it herself. Now, in old-fashioned wedding speak, I've given our lovely daughter away, which has been hard, but beautiful for Linda and I. I've got taken to the church in a wonderful big car, and then taken to this wonderful do. I've given my speech, my job's done. You've got to give me a lift home. In any case, the official bit, please raise your glasses for the lovely couple, wishing them all the love, luck and happiness in the world, and a happy and beautiful life together, and of course with Arthur too. Friends and family, I invite you to toast Chrissy and Adam, the bride and groom. And now it's Adam's turn.
Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you, Robin, for your very kind words. Firstly, on behalf of the new Mr. and Mrs. Jupp, we would like to thank you for making it to our special day. I know many of you have travelled a long way to be here, and it's fantastic to see you all. I hope you're having a good time so far. Thank you for the unorganisation, but as a lot of you know, you can't plan many things around a child, so things have had to change a little bit because Arthur's not too good. But this day would not be complete without you all. Having never been a groom before, I had to do quite a bit of research into the speech content and structure, and it goes without saying that there's a lot of thank yous to say and a lot of toasts to raise. But when I say toasts, that does not mean downing one to all the animals that attended my stag do. So here goes. Thank you to Robin and Linda. You don't need me to tell me, need me to tell you what a beautiful, caring daughter you have raised. I don't know what's wrong with that, Well, Christina's loving warmth, gentleness and beautiful ways are a credit to you both, and a reflection of the love and care you have given to her over the years. From the first time I met Robin and Linda and the family, they have all welcomed me into their family with open arms. I could not have asked for better in-laws and extended family. I promise to do all I can to take care of your wonderful daughter. Christina has informed me that once we were married, you said to her, all the remaining stuff that was in your spare room is now got to come round to ours, and now my responsibility. If you could just hold fire with that. We need a few extra rooms to store her millions of shoes in that she never actually really wears. My parents, I'd like to say thank you to my wonderful parents, firstly to our mum. How you've managed to put up with Dad, Paul and I for all these years, I'll never know. He's such a warm, beautiful person, an emotional rock for all of us. Without you, the three of us would be totally lost. To my dad, who's just looking after Arthur in the car. My dad could have been my best man today. Everyone knows me, knows how much I look up to my dad, and what a massive influence he has been on me. He's taught me near on everything I know, and I'm grateful for the knowledge and experience he's passed on. I thank them both for the patience they've had with me over the years. I've tested them massively when I was growing up, and not always been the best son I can be. Hopefully as I stand here today next to my wife and my son in the car, you can see all the hard work. In fact, Without both sets of parents today would not have been possible, so if we can all stand, raise a glass and toast to our mums and dads.
Super cold.
Super cold. Okay. To the bridesmaids, a big thank you to Kirsty, Kim, Stacey, Joe and Jenny. I hope I've not forgotten them, there's so many. I hope I've got you all. You all look lovely today, and thank you for being such great friends to Christina over the years. The efforts you all made for Hindu were amazing. She had such a fantastic time and was totally blown away by the amount of people who put themselves out to go. Thank you to my best men, ushers and everyone that attended my stag. I've had some fairly heavy bonanzas in my time, but I think they actually set out with the intentions of killing me. I like to boast that I survived, but I was actually hungover for 2 weeks. And I only recovered about 3 days ago. We've got some presents to give to the bridesmaids, but unfortunately in typical Jupp style I left it a little bit late to order the best men's and ushers presents, so you lot got to wait. If we could stand again and raise a toast to the bridesmaids, best men and ushers. Cheers. Here's to your ones and twos. So, onto my new travelling stripe, well not the new one, but onto the travelling stripe. The new Mrs. Jupp. We finally got here. All the hard work that you put in has paid off. I'd like to thank you for agreeing to spend the rest of your life with me. I feel completely honoured to have married somebody so beautiful, unselfish and loving. To sound proud is a total understatement. I think everybody will agree how stunning you look today. So some of you may be wondering how we came to be here today. Well, Christina will kill me for saying this, but in the modern world we met online about 5 years ago. We exchanged a few messages and we decided we'd meet up. We sort of knew each other as Christina was originally from South Woodham and she used to work in the Whalebone where I drank. Luckily on the nights when none of us was in there. I remember thinking, here's a beautiful, pretty girl, works up London, good job, easily have her pick of fellas, so I better not take her out in Woodham. I better really push the boat out. So I took her to Wickford. Bar plasma. Really pulled out all the stops. I remember I was late when I saw Christina standing there as I jumped out of the cab, waiting, looking stunning. I noticed her lovely smile and eyes and thought I'd better pull out a good first line out of the bag as I was punching well above my weight. As I jumped out of the cab, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I walked up to her and said, "Sorry I'm late, my drains were blocked." And to really knock her bandy, I followed it up with, "Oh, by the way, I've got an hangover." And here we are today. Thank you so much for changing my life and putting up with me. You really are incredible. Not only... You're going to get me going again. Not only are you a great partner who supports me in every way, even when I know sometimes I work 60 hours, you also have a career of your own and you're absolutely fantastic mate. I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my life with you and Arthur. Please come and stand to toast my wonderful, wonderful wife. And that brings us to our gorgeous Arthur. After hanging out for 36 hour labour and making bloody hard work of it, Christina finally gave us our wonderful son. He really is the apple of our eyes, and how we ever lived a day without him, I will never know. To see him born and grow is a privilege which I'll never take for granted. We both are very blessed. If we can stand and recognise our wonderful son after. Right, that's nearly me done. It's time to introduce my best men. One is my brother, who I'm extremely proud of, and wish sometimes I had his laid-back view of life. Not all the time. Maybe I'll not be so stressed out and have a bit more of a barnet. The other is Gary. He's been my best mate for the last 16 years. I'm not too worried about either speech really. Most of the stuff Gary's got can't actually repeat it, let alone put into a speech. And also, I'm his best man at his wedding, he's after me, so he knows he's got to be a bit careful. Going first? So, thank you, and please welcome the first of my best men, Gary.
I'm going to try not to cry, but I can't believe someone's actually stolen you from me. Anyway, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Gary, part of the Best Man team. Now, if you see me looking at this paperwork a lot, it's actually not my notes, it's a picture of a massive drink I'm going to have afterwards. So, oh, and I'd just like to say that I'm sure everyone agrees that Christina and all the bridesmaids are here. Yeah. Now, I've been mates with Juppy. I'm going to call him Juppy, because I don't think I've ever called you Adam. No. So, in all the time I've known him, we try and make it simple.
Absolutely.
And like most nights out with Juppy, the whole 17 years has been one big blur. And the first time I met Juppy, I had been asked to go to football training with this new team in North Woodham. I'd only been there about 5 minutes, and I noticed this really good looking bloke. He had long shoulder-length hair, looked a bit like George Best, and had unbelievable football skills. And next to me, he was Juppy. I remember thinking, this guy is going to make me look good at football. But I could tell straight away he was a rascal, and I thought there is some fun to be had being mates with him. And quickly we became best mates. It went from meeting up for weekends to 7 nights a week in the pub. Now, before I go on with the story, and I just want to let everyone know, 100% neither myself or Juppy are in any way homosexual. To the relief of Christina. But shortly after we became mates, I started renting a flat with our other mate. Juppy moved in almost straight away. 2 beds, 3 blokes, never going to work, so I thought. Juppy told me there's nothing gay in any way about 2 pissed men sleeping head and tails in a double bed. But to my horror, it wasn't long before I would wake to find him up my end of the bed. This couldn't get any worse, you would think. I was wrong. He also forgot to tell me that when drunk, not only did he walk in his sleep, he pissed in his sleep. The final straw came when I got up to get my clothes out the drawer at the end of my bed, and yes, you guessed it, they were all soaking wet. One other story I think I can tell was when the football team had a weekend away in Newquay. Me and Juppy were sharing a room, as we always did. I was last down to breakfast. And on our last morning, on the last morning when I got up, the boys we went to start again. We went down for breakfast on the last morning. The boys were all laughing. Juppy asked me if I'd just brushed my teeth. I said yes. He showed me a picture of his phone. Let's just say my toothbrush was somewhere the sun doesn't shine. Just another part of being Juppy's best mate. Now I can stand here and talk about so many stories we've had together, but it would probably be the quickest married ever. So I just want to end by saying, if there was 3 ways I would describe him to someone who doesn't know him, I would describe him like this. Number 1, he's a guy who is very familiar with law enforcement. 2, he's the sort of guy that thinks mother is half. And number 3, the sort of guy that thinks he looks like Jude Law, but actually looks like Gollum. Now obviously all of them are not true, apart from maybe the Gollum one. But seriously, I couldn't ask for a better best mate. I know he's there for me at the drop of a hat. He really is a top bloke. He is now a husband to Christina and a doting dad to Arthur. I really couldn't be happier for the both of you. If we could all stand and raise a glass. Don't need to stand. I'll pass it over to Paul.
Still doing alright? Yeah, it's good, that. It's all good, that's all good. We're all here now, haven't we, eh? I just want to say that I'm real glad that my brother, because I love him more than anything in the world. You know, and I'm happy, happy that he's my brother and that he's married into a family. That's a nice family as yours. You know, and I'm so proud that, Christina, she's not nice and I couldn't ask for a better wife or Adam or a better sister for myself, you know what I mean? Because I've never had a sister and she's a nice girl. I just want to also say that because you've got the ball rolling, you've got Arthur and everything, he's like the best boy in the world. And Lou, it's fantastic. So it's like another generation of Jupps coming along, isn't it, basically, you know? But it's all rolling together and coming together, isn't it? But I want to say thanks to my mum and dad, because it's been like the most marvellous people in the world, because I've been marvellous. We all know, whatever. But they've always not just done as much as what they can do, but what they think they can do to make us, hey mate, you know what I mean? So, no, that's right. But, and then you've got our family here, and it's so nice to see you lot, and it was nice to see everyone, isn't it, really? So, days here on for ages, but I'm just, just going to have a great time, and I just want to say, I don't want to say nothing like too long or whatever, but I just want to say, just thinking of everyone around here, like we have some friends and, people in the past and my family or whatever, you know what I mean? Let's have a wicked time, have a nice bit to eat and the sun's out, and, do you know what I mean, yeah? So stand up, yeah, and everyone good health, good happiness, have a sweet time, and have some good to eat, and some good dance, keep on playing. I want to say thanks to my brother's mates for doing a wicked job, and the mates are you surround yourself with and you want to be around, and all you've done a wicked job and throughout his life and everything, you've been amazing, and all you lot are sweet, you know what I mean? You're really, Okay, that's it, I just want to say that.
Thank you everyone. Finally, enjoy your meal and have a good time. Well done, Jupp.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.